you know, all the guard bees are at the bottom. Set that aside over here. I'll put the deep now on the bottom. This deep's going to stay on the bottom for about a month. When autumn olive's in full bore, I will then reverse it back up to the top, and the medium will stay on the bottom for the rest of the year. Hello, Ryan Williamson here with Sourwood Farm. I wanted to go through a little bit of my medium on the bottom reversal technique. It's mid-March here, March 13th, and I'm working through this bee yard here and flipping hives as they need it. So got a few double deep colonies. This colony here was a little bit weak, so I haven't done any reversal. I gave them a frame of cat brood. Cruising through here, I've reversed these. These two with lids upside down, they have an extra frame of brood that I could spare. So if I end up with a colony down, you know, somewhere else in the bee yard that's a little weak, I'll move a frame out to boost them. This is the colony we're going to work on. This is a colony that I kind of showed some videos last year of. I was really hopeful they'd be a breeder. They were super gentle. They made quite a bit of honey. I think it was 6 supers. Unfortunately, let's see, September 4th, the mite count was 22. So they got nixed from my breeding program and requeened, treated for mites, and I think they made it through winter just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip you to my little holder here and see if we can do this. I don't have a veil on. This might be foolish. We'll find out. So crack the lid. I'll use a little more smoke. If I wear a veil, it seems to kick the camera off. So it looks like a decent population, probably ripe for reversal. Maple's blooming right now, so we've got a lot of nectar and pollen coming in, and I'm starting to see some queen cups being developed, so the bees are thinking that it might be time to reproduce. Some drones are being made. I don't see any walking yet. So what do we have here? A little bit of stores. Got some nectar here in the middle. I just want to get an idea how many frames of brood I have. Ooh, nice honey frame. All right, so the previous frame had drone brood out on the edges, and since I raised queens, I'm going to move that one in one. Put the honey right here. So now I've got drones in a little bit warmer of an area, so that when they go to make drones, they don't get chilled during their pupation. Apparently, that can make them pretty much not reproductive. Ah, here we go. We've got eggs going on here. Nice band of honey, pollen, and then eggs in the middle. Not much to see on the camera, but I can see it with my eyes. Let's go to the next one. This one should have older larvae. Yes, a lot of eggs actually. A tiny bit of milk brood. She's laying up a storm. Oh, look at that beautiful band of pollen. That's really pretty. A lot of milk brood in that one, but not much capped, of course. So would expect to find cat brood here. Still more larvae. A lot of milk brood. There's our cat brood, just starting to be capped. Look at that beautiful maple pollen coming in. Now we're getting into the older brood. So she started laying over here and has been working outward. Ah, beautiful. Nice pattern. Say they recovered just fine from that high mite wash. Look at that. So I requeened them with a colony that had proven to be mite resistant, and you know, one of the ways of being mite resistant is VSH. So they're pulling out this pupa. See if we can see anything underneath. It is really hard to see with my eyes. I do not see any mites in there. Reasonable brood. This is a little bit older cat brood. Looks like this one is recently hatched. I'm just going to open up one. Yep, that's a bee that's about to hatch. So our bee population is about to jump. And we're in a situation where they have basically run out of room upstairs, but quite often the downstairs is empty. Just see here. Oh, more brood. All right, so we have quite a bit of brood in this colony. What is that? Six frames. So they could I could stand to share with another colony if I come across one that needs more brood to boost. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and put this feeder back in. They have 3 frames of food, so it's a little bit low on the food. We have a cool spell coming up, so I don't want them to get stressed. So I may add feed later on after I confirm that I don't need a steel frame of brood. I find it hard to get these feeders out if they're full. So now what I'm going to do is put this deep up here on top of this box. And see, medium down below doesn't have much action at all. Let's go ahead and pull out one frame and confirm. But my guess is it's empty. They may be storing some pollen and nectar downstairs as they run out of room upstairs. Yep, there's a little bit of nectar and a little bit of pollen. So what I'm going to do is reverse these boxes. So this medium that doesn't have... this is where the aggressive bees are. I'm probably being foolish without a veil now. I'm going to take this box off. You know, all the guard bees are at the bottom. Set that aside over here. I'll put the deep now on the bottom. This deep's going to stay on the bottom for about a month. When autumn olive's in full bore, I will then reverse it back up to the top, and the medium will stay on the bottom for the rest of the year. Here we go. And oh, see, should have used a little bit more smoke. It's amazing this time of year. The bees are a little more antsy, slightly breezy. It's just not a great day for me to be in the bees. Now, medium goes on top. Now they have a sense of space. So the next time I come through a visit, my goal will be to add probably a super, give them a little bit more space, and maybe a queen excluder depending on how things are looking. Then the next visit after that, I'll likely be reversing and bringing this deep back up to the top and adding a queen excluder on top of the deep, so the medium will be on the bottom again, then the deep, queen excluder, and then all my supers. At that point, the honey dome they've made up in the medium will be down below. All the brood in this deep will be, you know, facing right up on that queen excluder, and they really want to put nectar above the brood, so they'll go straight through the queen excluder to make their new honey dome above the brood. That will be for later, of course. For now, I'll do this to signify that I've got a little extra brood in there, and I want to add a little bit of food. Well, I hope that was interesting, useful, and I'd love to hear anyone else's opinions if you've tried this method of using the mediums as on the bottom through winter, so that then you have an empty medium on the bottom to flip back up. And I really like it. I think it's been a really game changer for me with my operation, to be able to work by the box more and create that sense of space to help the bees forestall swarming, but also then later use that second reversal to get them to go through the queen excluder so that they'll start storing honey, nectar in my supers. All right, wrapped up here, and overall the hives look great. I wanted to revisit this colony here that we were looking at a few minutes ago and give a little update. So they were definitely more aggressive than the rest of the colonies in this bee yard, with the exception of their neighbor. So both of those are tagged to be potentially requeened. We'll see how they are the next visit. I also found another colony that was in need of a brood frame and had way too much honey, so I did a swap honey frame brood frame, and so that means that I didn't have to really feed this one, and the other one got a little boost, so that should also help kind of reduce the swarming urge for a colony that's a little bit too strong, and then increase the chances of the colony over here that was a little bit weaker to be able to build up to the perfect strength for making honey. So, yeah. So the other thing I was thinking about was, you know, with doing the reversals, when I'm putting the medium on top, I want to make sure there's no brood in that when I'm doing that reversal right now, because the nights are still pretty cold. I don't want to stress that colony from it, you know, by splitting up the brood nest. So if they had grown enough that they had brood in both boxes, which is actually fairly rare this time in March, but if they had, then I would probably have left them as they are, because they were naturally moving down. And that's, you know, there's a big argument like within the British beekeepers that you shouldn't do this kind of reversing like we do here in America, that the bees will naturally move down. My personal experience is that they often don't move down, they just go swarming. So I kind of like doing that reversal, let them move up, and then reverse again when I go to add the honey supers and put a queen excluder on. So yeah, thought it'd be kind of fun to share bee yard in action, and I hope you enjoyed it. Love to hear anybody's comments. Thanks a lot. Bye.